Okay, we're ready to roll. 19 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. Welcome again, one and all, to the In the Spotlight radio show featuring Joey and Jhamal Lloyd. Calypso names The Explosion and Black Diamond. We're still awaiting the arrival of Black Diamond, but Joey's here, Explosion is here, and we're going to get started. Let's just take a little bit more of this one. So, Joey Lloyd, Explosion, good evening to you.
Oh, good evening, Fedina.
How are you doing?
Okay.
And as we're starting,
The king is
there comes Mr. Junior is here. So while he's just settling in, how are you, Joey?
Oh, I'm fine, Fedina.
You're good.
I'm doing well.
You're doing well. Explosion is the Calypso name.
Yes.
I'm intrigued by it because when you speak about an explosion, you think about things blowing up. Where did the name come from?
Okay, when I was in the business. There was a businessman's calypso competition.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a stint with the 8 Bank at the time, and my name then was Green Planting.
Green?
Well, it's 8 Bank agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
so I chose Green Planting.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I decided to go into the big show,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody suggested, because of my personality, why don't I use Explosion?
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Well, yes, let's say I can be a controversial character.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Jhamal, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm well. Let me make sure I have the right mic here for you. Yes?
Yes, yes.
All right. We're sounding good.
Yeah.
Opportunity to say good evening to everyone.
Yes, good evening to all the listeners of In the Spot Radio on Q95. Good evening to you, Miss Lina Frampton.
Thank
It's a pleasure to be here.
It is a pleasure to have you, and it's a pleasure to have you and your dad together. And I was told one person is missing, your sister. Is she here? Is she on island?
She is.
She is. All right. But I guess she's been away from the Calypso arena for a little while.
Yes,
She decided what to take a back seat, leave it to the men.
No, she just decided to take a break.
Okay.
And focus more on her career.
Okay. All right.
So,
Will she be coming back at some point?
yeah, she was actually supposed to come back this year, but she had to travel.
Okay. All right. So
So
that
this is
prevented
something,
help.
yeah.
Okay.
There's also one more Lloyd.
Is that
That's
so?
Jerry Lloyd.
Oh, of course, of
My
course.
brother.
I've had him on here as well, and he also got into the Calypso business.
Yes, he did.
He's into gospel as well.
Yes, he is.
But he also seems to love. And I remember when he was on, I was asking him about, being what we refer to as a Christian and being involved in Calypso. And if you want to know what he said to me, you have to go on YouTube and look for the program.
It's about getting the message out.
But is there anyone that you all would like to say good evening to at this time? Bring your mic a little closer to you, Joey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good evening to all the Black Diamond fans.
Black Diamond, we're watching this camera here. This
Yeah.
one. Don't let this one over there distract you.
Yeah, good evening to all the Black Diamond fans that have been there from day one. It's actually my 11th year.
Wow. Already?
Yes. Well, I didn't sing for some others years.
Yes.
Only sang for maybe that's the 8th year I'm singing.
8th year.
Yeah.
Okay.
11, so
Out of the 11. Do you mind me asking how old you are, Black Diamond?
29.
You're 20. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You all look good. I won't ask you your age, Joey. unless you choose to tell us.
Yes, I can. You want to make a guess for Dinah?
Well, Black Diamond said he's 29. Okay. I'm gonna try to double that, maybe just a little. Maybe I might say 58.
63. You close.
I was going to say 60. I was going to say 60. But he said when he said his age, I said, well, these people look well for their age. So probably, I don't want to say 60 to put you too much over the hill, you know.
You can't put me there for that.
I can't put you there. But guys, it's really a pleasure to have you. I know there's Lagos Street Jam tonight. Are you supposed to be performing?
Yes, I am actually.
Well, tell them just after 10 you'll come. We'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. But guys, tell me a little bit about family. We spoke about your sister. Tell me a little bit about family. Family is always important to me on this show, you know, just to, like your background, your heritage, you know, where you come from.
Yes, okay. For Dinah, well, I do come from a musical family. My mom was good at playing the drums, and a lot of my extended family are involved in singing. A lot of my extended family are actually involved in singing. At one time, myself and my 3 brothers used to be in a band called B+. That was a supporting band to Bell's Combo in the Maho area. And well, I credit Bassi for that. Bassi actually got us into the band. And Senator was also part of the band at that time. So that was part of it. Besides, I grew up learning music.
And as you speak about, you know, you grew up learning music, let us talk about your life growing up as a boy. We'll get to the Jerichos. That's about Jhamal. They told me I need to ask your father about Jerichos. He was one of the first people to have Jerichos in Dominica. I can't see it. I'm sorry. I just can't see it.
Don't see.
I mean, you're spotting a ball head. Right? Do you spot a ball head as well, Jhamal?
Yeah.
Okay. You're spotting a ball head right now. So, and I think I've always known you with a ball head. So I cannot imagine the Jerichos. But anyway, let's talk about, you know, life growing up.
I started, well, growing up, I grew up, well...
Where?
At Goodwill, actually.
Okay.
Till I was about 13, I moved to Belfast, the Maho area. But music was part of my life from day one, from church, from just listening to songs. My mom would always be playing and dad songs on the radio, that type of thing. And we'd always love music. At one time, I played the guitar and the keyboards and did a bit of vocals. Jerry started with actually drums and vocals. And then Eddie, my younger brother Eddie, played the keyboards. And Colin, well, my deceased brother, played the bass guitar at one time. And of course my sister, my younger sister Paula sang.
Really a musical family.
Yes, we used to sing at home.
How did Jhamal get involved in that?
Well, well, I can actually take, I used to hear Jhamal and Rhea singing R&B ballads all the time. And the song that he started with, Pit Toilet, was written by Jerry. I've basically written the rest.
Okay.
You know? And Jerry had given me that song to sing. And I sort of like my own material because I like to go into things and, you know, explode, bring out stuff. That's where explosion comes from. And one day I was playing with some tunes and Jhamal asked me, Daddy, you have a song there, I noticed you haven't sung. Can I sing it? I said, you sing calypso? He said, yes, I can sing. I didn't know that. I'd never heard it. And I said, okay, you going to the juniors? He was 17. He said, no, I'll go to the big show. I said, okay. And then from there, he recorded the song. Jerry had done a recording of it and left it with me. And when he did this first recording, it was one take. I mean, Cornell couldn't believe it. One take. And from there, it was it was just, the magic just, was there. And he's just a natural on the stage. I mean, I couldn't, he's light years ahead of me.
I remember
Oh,
this
yeah,
boy.
absolutely.
I
And also, that was his very first time on a stage, the Eliminations in 2012. He had never been on a stage to sing before.
Jhamal, let us go back a bit. So you're into R&B, both you and your sister, but it seems you were paying attention to what was happening with the Calypso. What made you want to ask your dad about that particular song and hit the stage? And the big stage, big man.
Well, he may not know it, but he actually used to play Sparrow every Saturday. Back when they had the Sparrow cassettes.
Cassettes.
Saturday.
Not even CD.
we lived at Goodwill for quite a number of years. I more or less had more interest in sports, which was basketball. But every Saturday morning, I would look forward to the different Sparrow tunes playing on a Saturday while they were cleaning the house, my mom and my dad.
So from this listening to Sparrow, so you were inspired by that. So Saturday mornings, we doing our chores and a little Sparrow playing, and Jhamal digging the vibes without his father even knows.
Yes.
And what made you then, though, Jhamal, decide I want to sing in the Calypso arena?
Well, firstly, it was through my years in high school. My principal, the late Mr. Elwin, Mr. Corbett Elwin, God rest his soul. Every year he used to ask me, "You're not going up, you're not going up. What's happening? You're not going up." And I witnessed my sister go up for the show. My uncle.
So your sister went before you?
Yeah, she was in the junior.
Okay.
Yeah, my uncle also was in the competition at the time, and all those years they were pressuring me to go up for the junior one. I never really took it seriously, but as soon as I saw my father perform at the 2011 finals, I think that was my first finals I attended, because I was backstage and I was on stage for him. I think that's when I got the inspiration, because that night I actually told him that I wanted to sing next year.
That's it, right?
Long before the days of my birth, they were digging toilets in the earth.
I remember you, Jhamal. And I think that year you just amazed everybody. You blew everybody out of the water. And you're saying you were only 17. 18, you are turned 18. And you decided you're not going in any Junior Monarch story. You're coming straight for the big boys. I want to take you back. The nights. First you sang at Eliminations, right? What was going through your mind on that night?
I was backstage, and I think I was talking to Dale Gaship at the time. Yeah, backstage. I think she was supposed to sing just before me, and I noticed how she was so nervous, and I was saying like, how is someone that so experienced still feeling the chills, and then would still be able to go out there and perform well. From that moment, is like I lost all nerves.
You lost all nerves.
Yeah. I figured if she can perform so well under all of that pressure she had before, I figured.
So you didn't feel the pressure?
No.
What did you do mentally and physically to prepare yourself for this? Do you remember?
I remember at one point my father used to make me practice at home in terms of different areas you would project to, different areas you would sing to catch the crowd and the judges. So you go in different areas of the hall, so while I was singing the song, and you tell me sing to it. Then you would move, sing to him there, sing to him there, focus, etc.
And on the Eliminations night you came, you had to sing what, 2 choruses and 1 verse, or 2 verses, 1 chorus?
2 verses, 2 choruses.
2 verses, 2 choruses. What was the reaction of the crowd to you, Jhamal? Do you remember? I most likely was there because I would have been judges coordinator at that time. So I most likely was there, and I remember you for sure, absolutely. What was the crowd reaction to you?
It was really surprising how they gravitated it was so quickly. I got a loud opera, and I was like, wow. Because that was actually my first time on stage. I didn't expect that type of reaction.
Right.
But it was from I started, as soon as I started, my first 3 lines, the crowd was with me.
Yes.
And I think that was maybe because they had the song already as well. So.
Now this song is an interesting song. Very well written. We all know what it is about. A white person, probably somebody who's not of our maybe local culture, may not pick it up, but I'm sure we did. And this one was written by Jerry, you said?
Yes.
That one was written by Jerry. And how did you feel though, allowing Jhamal for his very first time, Joey, to go on stage singing that song?
I had no problem with it. You see, this is what Calypso is about. So I actually had no problem with it. He handled it well, he carried the song very well, and he delivered the message.
And the content.
That was fine.
How did you think that the public would have reacted to the content of that song?
Well, he was in the big leagues, so he was a big man.
He was a
and
big
that
man.
was the end of the story for me. Yes.
Before he went on stage, Joey, what did you say to your son? Do you remember?
I may have just embraced him and said,
Do your
thing.
best. Yes.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Yeah. Because I had seen him in the studio and I'd seen him. At practice, I would set up, and at that time we used to dress up, actually dress in the outfits that we'd use, and come out and sing at home. Yeah.
You would do the whole dress rehearsal?
Yeah, we do dress rehearsal. A number of times, yeah.
And we have not even started talking about those outfits as yet. That year, how far did you make it?
Semi-finals. I blundered in semi-finals.
Ah, so the big man thing had you a little bit there for a moment, eh? Just a bit. Did you forget? Did you forget? Did you miss a line? Did you repeat? What happened? Do you remember?
I think I missed a line.
You think you missed a line?
Yeah, or repeated a line.
Or repeated a line?
Yeah, not too sure.
I remember that well. It was because it was his first time. Sometimes when you sing, like for instance, when I sing, I don't bother about what happens behind me. And the backup singers may have been a bit off cue.
Okay.
I think that is what had done it for him. Yes. If I remember well, they may have gone off cue there. Slightly. Very slightly, but he was so on point that it affected him. I remember that well.
Okay.
Yes. I don't blame them, but they may have gone a bit off cue. And I think they may have sung a line, a backup line. I think that was in another verse.
How did you feel?
Something they may have. Yes, it could have been.
Something happened.
Yes,
And it was a tight enough competition that it
Yes.
could have affected your progressing to the finals.
It was not a large error, it could have been just a,
Okay.
it wasn't an error per se, but
Okay.
it did affect him. Yes.
What happened at that night, Jhamal? Like, you know, after that, so when you realized you didn't make it to the finals, what were you thinking? Were you thinking, why did I get into this? Or were you thinking, hey, I'm going to come back stronger next year?
Well, I went backstage and I sang the song. While I was walking on, I sang the exact verse I missed.
You went and did that?
Yeah.
But
While I was walking on,
yes.
the steps. And I was like, what? How did I miss that line? So as soon as I went backstage, but so many people came backstage to see me, including, I remember one Calypso and exactly, Tasha P. She was really mourned at the time. She left VIP and came right down to see me backstage. Still appreciate that to this day. Give up to Tasha P one time. But the Calypso is backstage, embraced me as well, the veterans, etc. And through that,
Did that help? I was going to ask, did that help you make the decision as to what the next step would be?
yeah, next step will always be to come back better.
To come back better.
Yeah.
Better.
I think if I didn't get the kind of embrace I did after it happened, I think I may have been discouraged. Especially being so favored in the
Yes.
competition.
Yes.
I know a lot of people saying that you can shoot the finals, you can maybe even win in your first year, etc.
Yes, there was that kind of talk around.
Yeah.
You were that impactful and that powerful when you came out, and I'm sure anybody listening to the program right now say, I remember that young man when he made that his debut into Calypso.
Yes, because he had won the eliminations hands down,
Okay.
and he was actually winning he was winning that semi-final. He had won the eliminations. I think I can't remember what happened at the quarters.
Quarters.
We were 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Dice was first.
Yeah, that's just
So
And then
2
two
and
of
3.
you. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Were we good?
Yeah, we were 2 and 3. Dice was first. Yeah. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Joey, what about you? How did you do that year?
that year I had passed away.
Ah.
And I hadn't bothered much about the song, right? The second song, because I was after him to win.
So you were working.
Yes, I was doing yes. And then I realized, but I said, well, I can probably win this thing. It's only then it came to me. In fact, somebody told me, well, but Joey, you have a good song. And that is when I worked on, I had a couple of tunes, but I worked on Win, Lose or Draw. And I did that song in about a week. And unfortunately, I made the same error in the finals. I was singing first, and I remember that year, Dice wanted first, and I wanted first. And when I got first, I said, guys, you're not going to be so far behind. And after my first verse, I was like, where did my song go to?
So what happened with you?
I remember I was very sick that year, and I had to get some treatment for my voice.
Okay.
And I think when I heard how clear I was on stage that night, I had gotten some steroid treatment from Tango Dr. Urban McIntyre, because my voice was really gone. And Hunter had suggested that I go to him. And when I heard myself on stage, And everybody was, I was like, wow. So after the first verse, I said, well, I'm going clear. And that was it. I just couldn't find the second. I tried to come back, but it wasn't to be done. And there were a couple other things too, because the song I was singing was sensitive to certain people who had a death in the family.
Oh.
And I was singing about somebody, I mentioned a grandmother. And that person's grandmother had died.
Oh.
And I even asked them whether it was comfortable to sing it.
Right.
And they told me go ahead. So
Oh, yeah.
probably that.
In the back of your
Yes,
mind,
yes,
it was
yes,
still
yes,
bothering
yes.
you,
It was
like
the-
whether you were making the right decision.
It was the Prime Minister actually.
Oh.
And when she died, I think the Friday, I said, my God, I have to launch that song. Because I mean, no matter how I sing and I don't mean to hurt anybody, I make fun.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit sensitive. So that could have affected me too, because I don't intend to hurt people by my songs. In fact, people normally like the songs I make, even if they may wish to align with the song. Because I don't make songs about people or anybody, but some people may wish to align themselves with the song. So yeah, I know I was a bit sensitive to that, you know. So I don't know what it was, but
That is what you think 7 years from you. I can never tell you. She was taking the wine from the past cartoon. Till and day, Daniel. My boy. It's like you married to the thing for sure. I cannot understand why you get off it after you make all your big profit. Take care of the bottom line is what pastor do. Only that it wasn't just for you. But if it be fine, giving me a wine, like a river could wash my sin away. And it wasn't me who honored the ministry. You give me forgiveness right away.
that was all.
That was the same year,
Yeah,
2012.
2012.
2012, when
Yeah, so the wino.
No, it's a wine drinker, a wino. Like what you refer to a rum drinker, excessive rum drinker as an alcoholic, excessive wine drinker is a wino.
he's a wino.
Yeah, it's a wino. Yeah,
He's a wino.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But in that song, can be a number of things.
So that year, Jhamal messes up a bit in semis and Joey messes up in finals.
Totally.
No, it looked like both of you would have been in finals that year.
Well,
And you would have, I'm sure, made some history in Dominica, wouldn't you?
absolutely.
You would have made some history in Dominica. Do we know of any other father-son and even daughter combinations, Calypso family in Dominica?
Fred was fantastic.
Yes, that's true. Yes, Fred is
Also
Natasha.
remember his daughter Norris's son.
Okay,
And
in
his
Junior
son-
Monarch?
Yes,
Or Big League?
Junior.
Okay.
And he had Bruce and another son.
Yes.
Son.
Also,
So he has an even bigger.
also Third Eye and the Healer.
The Healer, that is correct. That is because so we have some Calypso royalty, Calypso family here in Dominica. So next year, what happened next year?
After
Yes, after Jhamal made his debut, and then we had the little situation, and then the embraces and all of that from Tasha and the rest of the crew gave him the encouragement to come back next year. when we went back to the drawing board, what did we say we're gonna do?
We're gonna come again and do it right. And Jhamal came with, was it up on video?
By the way, pause. Did you already have a second song for that year?
Yeah.
You already had a second song, and you used it later on. You'll tell us which one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it started with
Power of Calypso.
yeah, Power of Calypso and
Black Diamond for King.
Black Diamond for King. It was okay. It's a song I had written at first for myself, Explosion for King. But I think it suited him at the time, and I had passed on anyway, and I was doing Boapui, so I gave him.
And all of that in 2012.
Yeah.
So
No,
your
not
second,
any- yes.
your second song for 2012 would have been what song?
Yes.
Black Diamond for King.
Black Diamond
yes.
for King.
Yes.
Okay.
And-
But we didn't get to use that.
No.
And we have not played that on the radio or anything as yet. Yes? No.
No.
Right. So we could have used it
Yeah.
another year.
Yeah.
Alright, did we use it the next year?
Yeah.
Yes.
We used it the next year.
2013.
In 2013. So you went back to the drawing board and you're coming back. Now, Joey, I want to find out though. So you're saying you do most of the writing now. So
Yes.
you write for both you and Jhamal. Jhamal, do you do any writing yourself? Not yet.
Not in Calypso.
Not in Calypso.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you plan on trying your hands at any writing at all?
I want to next year.
You want to next year.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I've been approached by a lot of people that told me my lyrics are exceptional in the dancehall field.
Aha.
So I should attempt writing a Calypso.
Okay. I think you should. I mean, even if Daddy
try-
comes in and fine tunes it for you.
Yes, I
like-
tried to encourage him.
Yes, please.
Because I mean, I couldn't write a soca like Jhamal.
Okay.
No, not in my wildest dreams.
Yes.
I'm just the Calypso.
But how-
he will.
So you just mentioned, Joey, that you wrote a song for yourself,
Yes.
but then you thought he would do a better job at it.
Yes.
When it comes to writing, do you say, okay, this one I'm writing for Jhamal, and this is for me, or do you just write and then you figure out, any one of us can do it? How does it work?
There are certain songs I write for Jhamal, like Pat Me Down.
Okay.
There are certain songs that I write that anybody can sing. Like Neighborhood, like the song Jhamal is doing this year. Actually, Jhamal had other ideas and I had written that for my daughter. But she didn't come in, so he handled it, and he has made an exceptional job of it.
You mean the song he's singing this year?
Yes. Because when he wasn't going to take it, I said, well, I'll probably have it as my second song.
What was the limitations for you, Jhamal? Why you didn't initially feel it? Like, if that's the term to use.
At first, I thought that it wasn't like the regular type of topics I would approach. But I figured that maybe I should try a different angle. I think I look at it on the positive end, because maybe that might be what the judges are looking for me to step into a different light, and it's been working.
Yes, Ray, go ahead.
Yes, well, and I figured I wanted him to have a sort of international spread, because that song has gone as far right up. I'm into the Caribbean Reparations Committee, they have it. They are touting it, yes. Hillary Beckles got a copy. They've sent it to St. Kitts, and I must say thanks to Donnie Dublin has done a splendid job of spreading it around. So it's really out there, and I wanted to do my work here, the local work. That's what my Calypso does, and I wanted to handle that angle.
This song this year is different, and even your presentation of it is different. Traditionally, both Jhamal and Joey are always so smartly dressed when coming to present their songs in Calypso. And I think that's a certain level of admiration that the both of you have. I think people look forward. Because, those suits are just, sometimes somebody wears a hat. You wear a hat. Not you, Jhamal. You don't wear. You wear a hat too.
Yeah,
Jesus. I think you all are the fashion, I would say, ministers of Calypso, because you are, and you don't, I'm not saying this to make you blush, but you also have the body for the suits that you wear, and the height in your case, Jhamal, you know. So I mean, when you all step and the movements too, there's the movements too. That when you go, oh, they will all vary.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I know. I think better said is better said like this. But then I'll tell you, for me, you have to be a crowd pleaser. When I go out, when we go out to perform, it's about pleasing the fans. For me, more than winning, giving them a spectacle to watch, giving them giving them a show. There were, at the time we were regularly invited to the Penville village feast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
also Fort Young
Fort Young Hotel, a couple of places. And the presentation I give, my thing was the people in the rural areas get as good a show as the folks in the urban area, and I don't see why not. So we go out and give a total show when we go out.
But to be honest and to be fair, you've always been a man who's been very fashionable, and you know, you're always somebody who was always conscious of their body and how they look, and we know that about you, Joey. And I guess when you have an offspring, most times, you know, they take some of your traits as well. And I think Jhamal has taken the same traits. I don't know if you imposed it on him or if he just picked it up himself. What is it, Jhamal? Did you just pick it up, or your father said, you know, Jhamal, it's in the genes, or what? What is it?
I think it's a genetic. Well, firstly, I'm the firstborn son.
Okay,
so,
okay.
I think I would get most of the traits. Because if you look at my younger brother, well, I got the ball.
I don't know your younger brother.
Well, you don't know.
Yes, Karim.
What's his name, Karim?
Karim.
Okay. Good night, Karim.
Yeah, he might be growing locks soon.
Is that so?
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that at this age.
Yes.
So
Well presented.
Yes.
So I think I got most of the genes on my father's side.
So you think you're very much like him, Jhamal? In many ways?
In a lot of ways.
Let's just say for us, on the outside, I'm looking in terms of what we see on stage.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I close my eyes sometimes, I hear your father when you're singing. When I look on the stage, I see the same style, the same deportment, the same movements, and all of that. So it's almost like we could almost be your father's twin, you know, when at least what we see. But is it that the same way in terms of your personalities?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You're a bit different.
But we do have that drive.
You do have that drive.
Yes.
This we were talking about this song for this year, my Granny Change. Without us playing this song as yet, you wrote it, Joey. Give us the idea, the concept behind that song.
The idea was, okay, I wanted to look at the reparations issue had been in the air, but at a certain level. And I wanted to bring it to let's say, consciousness in a bigger way than the reparations committees had done it. And I hadn't heard anybody tackle the issue. So it gave me the opportunity when I thought of it and I let it rise, but when Elizabeth II died and Charles rose to the throne, I said, there we go. Because I knew some folks would have been thinking Charlie would be our Charlie. But if you follow the song, it follows the story that we're talking to King Charles. And we're talking reparations. It's my granny change, the change that he owe us. Yes, for the hurt and the injury, the shame, the indignity. So
Thank
that's
you for sharing that, just giving us that.
Yes.
Did you feel it, Jhamal? I mean, could you relate to the song? I mean, it's one thing for somebody to write a song, give it to you, in this case your father, but could you relate to the song and the message?
Yes, definitely. I've always been a man that's been passionate about my history.
You're conscious?
Yes, conscious about my history. Especially being taken for an African many times on the street. Also being referred to as sometimes Shaka Zulu.
Oh my goodness. Not in a loving way?
We wouldn't get into that.
Yes.
one of my songs had that Shaka Zulu. Remember? Grace, Mercy, and Peace. They say it's strong like Shaka Zulu, but I have pretty dimples. Remember that one?
Yes, definitely. Let us take a bit of My Granny Change, and I want those who are listening to really take the time and listen to this song, because I suspect, Jhamal, when persons first heard the song, it probably took them once or twice to listen and to get the message of that particular song. Let's take it. Black Diamond, My Granny Change, 2023.
So Charlie, my granny asked me to tell you that you have to pay for what your parents do. We did that they were in she for more than a century. Yet no effort has been made to ensure the balance is paid. And Charlie, my granny thought that you should know that you have to pay for what your parents owe. For the injury, abuse and brutality. I hope you don't find it strange, but I come from my granny change. A real treat, a real treat.
I love it.
Okay, but I know one thing.
Yes.
I want to mention it.
Yes.
When I did this song.
Yes. Oh, by the way, it was amazing to hear the two of you all just sing that
well,
together.
thank you,
I'm like, if something happens to Jhamal, you can go sing and compete for him.
Okay, first of all the backup voices from tenor right down to soprano is Jhamal. Yeah, Jhamal. I also asked him to color the song in terms of where he wanted the backup voices.
Come closer to the mic, Jay.
Yes, where he wanted the backup voices. So he did that on his own. Yeah, everything, the coloring of the song, I call it, was him.
I mean, this is just amazing. This is really, really beautiful, and you definitely deserve your spot in the final. I don't think that could have been any one of the controversial positions in the finals. You really definitely deserve to be there, and it's a song that we can relate to. And I appreciate Joey just sharing the explanation with us, the idea, the depth behind this particular song. Now, the attire. I watch the quarterfinal. Did I see you perform? I fell asleep. I watched it from home. So I'm not sure I saw you at the quarterfinals, but I saw you at the semifinals. You were in this gilet, African thing. You had a long sleeve, and I was like, oh my goodness, you really long sleeve. These muscles. I was actually saying that. So you had on this black long sleeve, right? Tight fitting shirt, and then you had on this fitted vest.
Yeah.
This almost fitted vest. I don't remember what your bottom was. Was it black pants?
Black pants.
Black pants. And so, you know, why, I know when Calypsonians are preparing for presentations, and we don't see many presentations at the semi-finals, for example. We more see the clothing, the attire. And I mean, you stepped on the stage and you had on the hat and everything to go with it. And I thought, you know, that was really amazing in terms of coming up with this idea. And at that time, Jhamal, I'm sorry to tell you, but people would have really thought you're an African on the stage. You really looked it, and I mean, you came and you really delivered your song. So the ideas for the outfits. Who comes? Is it mommy? Is it Jhamal? Is it dad? Who comes up with that?
Let me just big up Nadaska Designs.
Mary Pascal and them. Yes.
Yeah. Came definitely from them. We bring forth some of the ideas to them, they add their input, and we come up with a miraculous product.
Majestic is the word.
Majestic. Thanks to my sister as well. She's the one who made the link with Mary Pascal and Co. She's part of the team as well as my mom. So big thanks to them for the ideas and everything.
And that's for this year, for this particular song, right? I'm gonna ask you about your other song in just a while. I don't know if you'll be able to give us a little something. We'll see. But the over the years, as I've said, you all have always looked stunning and fashionable on the stage. Who's responsible for that?
I think it all started with my father. Yeah. His style, I wanted to maintain. I wanted to maintain the classic style.
Yes,
especially from, he used to advise me to watch a lot of videos from Trinidad Calypso, where they take the attire very seriously, especially the suits and the ties, everything.
Yes, Joey.
Because there's a in-performance outfit and there's a relator's outfit.
Explain
The relator outfits, for instance, you're telling a story. But depending on the story you're telling, like what I was telling this year, it's well-dressed suit, tie.
But I swear you always well dressed in suit and tie, Joey, on stage. I swear.
Yeah, most of my calypsos are a relator type of calypso.
Okay.
Yes. Well, pasta wine, the macaroni song also needed a suit and tie, if you see what I mean. Because the guys are normally well dressed. And I sort of like that attire. I used to be into training just like Jhamal, and I didn't want to overdo
that
it.
as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And I never asked him; he just took it up. And I wasn't going to overdo the body thing,
They
so
would
I
say
just exactly. So I was impressed with what he came up with, and he has actually sort of been into his own design for a while, you know.
Okay.
When he, depending on the song, the depiction of it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, the relator, when you are a relator, you take a different stance.
Mm-hmm.
As when you're into it, like he's part of that song because we are all part of that song. And he wants not just to tell you a story, but to let you know it's your story. That's what that song is about, actually. Because I have a passion for that. I've always had a passion for that from school.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I felt on semi-finals night that the ancestors were actually with me. Yeah. That's the type of power I felt when I was singing that song.
You executed well, Jhamal. You executed well.
Because actually my great-grandmother came here straight from Africa. I still have a photo of her, yes.
Okay.
That was it.
Well, that is what I was trying to get from you at the beginning of the program, you know, your ancestry and all of that. And then we just moved into Calypso some way, somehow, and we've been stuck here.
It's part African, heavily African, and partly European.
Okay. Okay.
No wonder.
We're learning something too, Jhamal. We're learning something. So we're into the finals, and Joey, at some point we're gonna go back a little bit. You know, we need to just get to know a little bit more, and even about you, Jhamal. You know what you've been up to. I think I know you're a fireman, are you?
Yes.
Yes, and so we want to talk to get to know you a little bit as well. The second song, I would presume that it's already cooked,
Yes.
and is it on YouTube?
No, it's
Not
on
yet.
YouTube as yet. It should be on YouTube by tonight.
It should be on YouTube by tonight, so we kind of
It's
get it.
organized, no, you won't get it.
Okay, so
Not sure if I sent it to the station as yet.
let me see. What's his name? Narin Toujours. Everybody's song. Let me see if he sent. If he has not sent anything. Anything as yet. But tell us a little bit though about Black. Yes, I know you're some holiday. Yes, of course. I don't think though it might be on YouTube as yet, but I have it. Oh man. I know. I played that song a few times actually. How could I say that? I don't know. No. So it's a song that talks about additional holidays. You go on vacation. You should do a holiday for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it on my phone. I don't know what it would sound like, and we want to make sure that if we're playing it, it is song in transit. That's it.
Yeah.
But we will just get a little bit of it. That's it. I actually like it, Jhamal. I wish your folks had already put it out for us, that I could easily just get it right there to play. But this is a good one. Are you saying that we love holidays in Dominica?
It takes a satirical look at our love for wanting holidays, you know, and at all levels. The slightest thing, people want to relax, where we need more production, and it says that in the song.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a call out to we're holiday island, but let's get serious. It's a really satire.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. You ready for that for the final? Ready with that for the finals, Jhamal?
Well done by that was penned by Ian Jackson.
Oh, you didn't write that one. Oh,
Yeah.
Ian Jackson wrote this one. Mr. Jackson, good evening to you. Well done. I like it. Holiday. So you have 2 strong songs in your view for the finals on Saturday.
Definitely.
And you're ready to rumble.
Ready.
You're ready to rumble.
Well, you saw the
Well, listen, it was very obvious, and Jhamal, I'll tell you that.
So I'm ready to take on the look.
Alright, we're going to take a break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to try to get to know a little bit more about the 2 gentlemen sitting here. And, in terms of what you would like to share with us, where you are concerned. I know, Jhamal, you have a little boy, right?
Yes.
You have a little boy. So it would be nice to just know how he's doing and all of that. So keep it locked. We're coming right back to talk some more to Joey and Jhamal. Lloyd, Explosion, and Black Diamond in the Calypso world.
These dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight. In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, public servants, youth, the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
Jhamal is on channel.
right, 9:20 is the time in the studios. I know Black Diamond has to go to perform in a while across, yes?
Yeah, I just got a piece of history from my cousin in the US Virgin Islands, that's Amara Henry. She was telling me that my great-grandmother on my mother's side was actually a slave at Springfield Plantation.
Kisa?
Yeah. And when slavery was abolished, the plantation was left to her. Wow.
So that again, when slavery was abolished, the plantation was left to her.
Yeah.
So where's your piece, Jhamal? Where's your piece on the
My
plantation?
grandmother did
have some?
Yeah.
From that area?
Yeah, from that area. Yeah.
Okay. Is that so?
Yeah.
Read that history again.
Yeah,
that's important. If you're living on it right now.
Yeah, my great-grandmother was a slave at the Springfield Plantation. And when slavery was abolished, the plantation was left to her.
Wow.
So they ended up selling some.
Imagine that. Imagine you getting that information on the song that you're singing this year.
Yes.
You really said the spirit so with you.
Yeah.
Your ancestors, spirit of your ancestors.
Wow.
Your grandmother. This relative of yours.
Yes.
Was right there with you. My God, interesting. So guys, I think it's a good opportunity to just talk a little bit more about you. You know, Joey, tell me about this young man, your first son. Tell me, I'm not going to ask you how he came about.
No.
By the way, saying good night to Omar Monel. Good evening, Omar.
Yeah,
Omar is actually on the road and he's tuned into the program.
Yeah, Omar's my boy. Omar's my boy.
buddy,
Omar's
yes.
parents are my very good friends.
So he said
His father was my best man.
he's saying hello to the both of you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, hi Omar, what's up, man? Well, Jhamal is Jhamal. From his, like all my children, from the mom's womb that cared for them. And then Jhamal is just...
In the mic, Joey. Joey,
Yes,
you're a
Jhamal
performer.
Well, you know, I'm close to him, so yeah.
Yes.
And Jhamal, I like his personality. I like his... He has a determination that I have, you know, and the never give up type of thing. And he's just Jhamal, you know. And we've had our times, but we understand one another.
Everyone does.
Yes, and
come on.
he's very good support. You know, he's a very good support. He's he will defend the weak. That he will do that. Jhamal will do that. You don't get taken advantage of if you're wrong, Jhamal. That kind of thing.
That's good. That's a good trait.
He has a very good heart.
Good heart.
You know?
Good heart is good.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
And he's very strong. Extremely strong.
Tell me about some of your other children, Joey.
I have my daughter, Rhea, who's second.
Second.
Yes, Rhea has my...
Jhamal, you see the smile.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a little smile for
Well,
you, but
that is good.
you know, I'm
Rhea is my princess. Rhea is my princess. Right. Rhea has this, you know, that sort of personality that I have, the go-getter thing. Yes, and you will not stop Rhea. And Rhea will put you on ice if she doesn't have time for you. Simple.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Yes.
Karim is...
The one that's been put on
Yes.
just now?
Yes, Karim is different. Karim is a store that is... and Rhea is a nice, very nice kid and very interesting. Karim is very sort of withdrawn, quiet. He reminds me of my deceased brother Colin. The same thing. Very quiet. Very... In fact, Rhea likes to call him... Rhea says he's the Lloyd. He's quiet, he's reserved.
But
he
you
has a
come
strong
across like that
personality.
too,
Yes,
you know.
Jhamal is too, yes.
You come across like somebody who doesn't talk much, who is, you know, into his own, very reserved. We see something different when you do your little videos on social media.
Yeah.
But I think in person, even tonight, you come across as a little timid, as a little, you know, reserved and so on. So...
Well, for that, you know, when most of my friends who left Dominica after school, high school, were very shocked because I was like this in high school. Very quiet, very reserved. Troublesome, very reserved. Well, I can probably take the opportunity to tell you where I went with Calypso, right? Well, on the family part, these are my three kids. Actually, my kids used to accuse one another of me being favored by them, but I haven't. No, because that is because I actually spread it evenly.
But I think, like they always say, the firstborn gets a lot of love and attention and so on. By the time the middle one comes around, they take a little backseat a little bit. And then the middle child, they see, by the time the third one comes around, that third one now just takes over everything. And everybody else, including the middle child, gets the short end of the stick.
No, not with me.
Not with you.
I've been fair, both being stern and being kind. And they can tell you. That's right.
Tell me, Jhamal.
Well, I was into basketball, as I stated earlier. Captain the SMA team, the under-20 team. And through my years playing basketball at SMA, I remember a friend of mine telling me that, boy, I wish my father, he wished his father used to come to his games, like how my father would always leave work early to come to see my games. And from the time as soon as he gets to the gate and the coach sees him, if let's say I'm on the bench, the coach will put me. Thank God for that.
Joey?
Yeah, what do you have a star sitting on the side for? Yeah.
So you would say that to
simple
you?
as that. No, they got it.
They knew. Once you got
there's
it.
a look.
Yes, the look, the presence.
That tells you you're not serious.
I just want to learn a little bit more about you, Joey. So, Omar just messaged to say you used to be his barber.
Yes.
I know you worked at the bank.
Yes.
I know you always dressed up in your white shirt and your so on. I know you worked out.
Yes.
So just give us a little synopsis of all of this.
Okay. Well.
SMA grammar school.
Yes, grammar school.
Grammar school. All right.
Jhamal did SMA. Corinne did grammar school. I give that and choose. And really, of course,
okay.
How would I put it? Okay, when I started, right?
Mike, Joey, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. I'm maybe too relaxed.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, a bit of history. My dad.
Yes,
my dad played cricket for the island in the days of Jhamal. I represented Dominica in bodybuilding at one time. I was a light heavyweight, and Jhamal represented at the school level in Dominica in youth team. Basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're a sporting family. How would I say it? When I grew up around music, I grew up around sports, and one of the things that's going to lead me to Calypso is when I was in third form. I was a very shy guy in school, and Alwyn Bully noticed that when we were in third form, so I would have been about 12, 13. Alwyn Bully noticed that the guys, there was a form. It was 3C because it was the name of the form followed by the first letter of the teacher's surname, the class teacher. Okay. So we were 3C for Candia Cordero. That's, I think her brother, Papa D, Daniel Cordero, worked at grammar school, at DBS at one time, DBS Radio, I think, on radio station. And Alwyn saw this talent that we had and decided to help us resuscitate Junior Calypso. So you had guys like Shaky, you had guys like Monty, Douglas, you had Hicksy, and you had me. Shaky was always Shaky. Monty was always Monty. Hicksy, we used to like those action comics, black and white. So Hicksy liked the controversial to be on the German side. So he was the Himmel. He was the Himmel. I was very talkative in class, so my teacher called me once Lip Lip. So I was in Mighty Lip Lip. That was at school. Oh yes. And at that time you had people like Duncan Stewart Academy. You had this guy Alec Voller came in later, not Alec, his brother. And it was just a host of talent. And for the end of the songs we sang, they were like, Okay, let me give you a song that when Mike Douglas was in power with his brother sang. He sang, show me your motion, implement all them big plans. Show me your motion, show me your motion. Start making wise decisions. If you can't do the job, tell us so. If you can't do the job, you got to go. Now here's some of the Hicks he sang in school. Tell the dictator go, we ain't want him no more. He declares state of emergency to prove his power. But he has succeeded, so why he hanging on? Tell him take all his Babylon and leave the island. We sang senior calypso song in our junior days. So we now, and it was just to bring issues to light, because that is what calypso is, history. So the songs we sing now are not to slight anybody, it's just about history. And I want to say that people ought not to be so thin-skinned. It's just history. That's what it was. It's not meant to insult. It's calypso, it's the art form. I'll stop it. And then I moved it. Yes, that's where the calypso, yes. And we must hand it to Alwyn Bully, who really brought out that talent in us. Shaky went on to win the junior crown, and Hicks, he went on to compete, but I took a break for a while. At one time, I wrote one song, The Blade, for Ventura. Everybody thought it was his writer, Alan John Baptist, but it was me who had done it. Okay. Yes, and when I wasn't.
So you've been writing for a while.
Yeah, for a while. And then when I came into at one time I started doing singing Sparrow songs only at Sellers Bar. How I got to Sellers Bar, I used to sing jazz at the bank. I sang Al Jarreau, I sang Brooke Benton at our bank functions. And then I think Cecil Harris, who's one of the Sellers people, heard me sing a calypso that I think Santa Claus is passing by, huffing and puffing with water in his eye. I don't want a white Christmas with plenty of snow. And he said, Joey, but you can sing calypso. Why don't you come and sing for us? So I started singing. There was a combo. Freddie, Fitzroy, Jerry, and Cameron Pierre joined us. So I used to sing every Friday and Wednesday, doing promotions for Springfield Trading. And from there, Hunter at one time offered to, because we had a write for Hunter, offered to write for me. I said, no, man, Hunter, I'm fine. Pat Aaron heard me and said, Joey, why don't I said, no. Jerry tried to get me to sing, because I remember at one time in the tent, when Jerry sang the song Water and Ismail, and Jerry lived in St. Martin. So I would go to the band house and do the full practices, and he would just come and sing. Maybe one practice. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you didn't need anybody to write for you?
No, and I always wanted to express myself.
You wanted to add something, Jhamal?
Yeah, you practiced my songs as well this year.
This year.
Well, as I was a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
You went to the band house and you practiced his songs?
Yes.
And you practiced yours?
Yes. I wrote it. But I didn't write Jerry's, but I sang it.
That's amazing, though.
He also forgot to mention that at one point he was on Hunter's management team. That was in the early 2000s.
I was a stage manager. Hence, I'm talking to Carl. Remember Hunter?
Yes. And you've spoken to Carl a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken.
No, just this time.
Just this time?
Carl wants to know
did
what's
something
happening.
before.
No, that was Hunter. I was also part of Levi of Super L's team. At that time, I was, in the body thing, so I was part of his wrestling team. And I used to be, support him. And thankfully, I started with Hurricane, who was my very good Goodwill Primary School friend. And I used to be, he allowed me to be part of his team. So I did get my training from there.
And tell me about the days of bodybuilding and that phase of your life.
I was always very interested in sport, and I did a bit of athletics in school, but not at any level. And then I just loved bodybuilding. I loved the whole, And I got into it. I started training. Julian Privo actually was also interested, because I remember after we went to grammar school had 2 pairs of boxing gloves. They didn't know what to do with. Hicksy keeps saying they were his gloves. Hicksy, they were not your gloves.
Anyway,
they handed us those gloves, and Julian Privo and myself used to, after school, we were young looking guys, but we were not at work yet, and we used to go up to the end of Maho and box. And Julian ended up boxing in Cuba as a student.
Oh.
Yes, you know. Julian is my cousin actually.
Okay.
And I never found that out till after school.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And so I got into bodybuilding and I started in a big way and, you know, in a small way and grew, you know, to love it and just love the whole body thing. At one time I was a personal trainer at one time also. I also played football at first division level, but that was until I was 41. When I was around 24, I played in the Portsmouth League. So lots of people, when Earl White would say sometimes, you know, I learned to play football with Joey Lloyd, and you say, Joey Lloyd? But I mean, I had football in Portsmouth in those days was tops, and we had made, I think, we had sent a team to Roseau at one time. That was in the 80s, but I played some serious football there. Yeah, up to so much so that at one time when Harlem had a friendly with some French islands, and I played for the Harlem team. I couldn't play at their level in the big days, but as a retiree, I could be on, you know, and so I did do a bit of sport.
Are you still into the whole bodybuilding thing, or Jhamal has taken over that out?
No, I do maintenance, so you never stop.
Maintenance.
You know,
Okay.
you never stop.
You just do
Yeah,
maintenance.
I do maintenance.
I'm coming to Jhamal in a while, but I really have to talk about the Jericho days. They told me you used to have Jericho. As I said, I cannot envision it. I cannot see it. I close my eyes and I'm trying to see it, but I just can't.
I used to have quite an afro in the days. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll show you one of the photos. Don't show it.
Jhamal, don't show the photo.
No, you can.
But what is
Yeah.
like the Jericho?
And at one time I decided to experiment with it.
Might
because-
he have one of the Jerichos?
No. Yeah, there was one person in the bank who got the kit before me. And at that time, somebody got me the kit. That was a young lady. But I remember the day I tried it. And I went to work with it. This head of hair, curly all of a sudden. And I mean, young ladies, particularly the school girls, were peeping into the bank to see who was this guy. But I know the very next day, the very afternoon, I combed it out. So there were no real curls. I just had a soft afro. I wasn't dripping all over because
my goodness.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you'd be dripping all over. No, you are too particular for that. So it didn't last very long.
No.
And did you put it back in after it kind of grew out? Because it grows out, Joey.
Yes, it does grow. I used to just keep it textured for, you know, just like a soft fro. And then when I got to about, maybe 30, I just decided, hey, I had the body for it, I was going to go all out. I was one of the first to do that, to just go all clean. Because I remember the first day when I hit that clean head, and I was walking through town, there was a band of, again, you know, the school children and young girls just following, and I'm like, wow, you know? So
but it suits you.
Yes, well,
This suits you.
I realize
I
that
cannot
too,
imagine
yes.
the
I realize
Jericho,
that
but
too,
this definitely suits
Yes,
you.
yes.
This goes with you. I think it goes with the whole package.
Body thing, you get a
Yeah,
package, yeah,
you
you
know.
can see that.
Yes.
Don't be shy.
Let's start to I'm not shy at all, Joey. Let's start to Jhamal a bit. Jhamal, tell me a bit about growing up in your household.
We were well sheltered
Gotcha.
by our parents. During my early childhood, we moved quite a bit. That was at one point we were in Rubia. We were at Checkwall at one point. And then when we went to Goodwill, we were there for a number of years, maybe 7 years, something like that. Yeah, that's where I grew my love for basketball, because as soon as you cross the street, you're on the basketball court from a village. So I got the love for basketball. Never really focused on singing. I just used to sing for fun with my sister. A lot of my uncle's songs as well. God's favor upon me. I used to harmonize to that song quite often. Grew the love for basketball. That was my focus. I one day dreamed to make it to the NBA.
Oh.
At the time I had this skill set and was told by a lot of coaches before that I had the potential to maybe get there someday as soon as if
I mean, scholarships,
Yeah,
scouts,
scholarships,
you know,
etc.
people are always looking.
Yeah, and injuries came into play.
Oh.
Calypso came in first when I decided to sing at 18. Then the injuries came into play. While I was singing Calypso, I was still playing for the island, etc. Then I had to give up basketball totally, maybe like in 2019 when I got a back injury, which was very detrimental to my physical health because I had an injury on the jaw, actually, being a fire officer.
Okay.
So,
What happened? Did you have to be off for a while? Did you have to get therapy?
yeah, I had to get some therapy. I tried different methods. I tried until last year I was able to do a light surgical method.
Go ahead.
Yeah, a light surgical procedure. Because I was in the Calypso competition, the virtual competition last year, and just after the virtual competition, there was a point where I was unable to even walk after that competition. So I had to go into serious therapy to do that procedure to be able to get back to where I am now. And even this year, you may see that even my movement on stage is a lot better than last year. I feel a lot more comfortable. A lot better. Hopefully, I should be able to maybe even try getting back on the court this year. But basically a normal childhood.
Normal childhood.
Climbing mango trees, cooking food by the river. I love it to spending massacre with my cousins. I have a lot of cousins that are my age, so we would spend a lot of time together. You know, when mommy and daddy wanted to go out, they would send us by our grandmother. So a lot of the cousins would be there. We would spend most of our time together, and that's where we build that bond of family. So I brought that same mentality into the Calypso. I've had years where people have tried to tell me to leave your family, get another writer.
Really?
Yeah, for many years. I've tried it before, didn't work. I always say that Calypso, we don't want Calypso to be seasonal, but that's how it is for now. But at the end of the day, family always lives on.
That's right.
So
That's right, Jhamal.
yeah, as long as my father is looking for the best for me, because he would always write the best songs for me. As long as my father is looking for the best for me, I don't see why you would try to separate that at all. A natural bond. So
I mean, even while we were waiting for you, he was saying, it's not about me, it's about Jhamal.
yeah.
We were not on yet or anything. And when I said to him, you know, where you were and find out where you are and whatever, I said, we're going to have to start with you until he gets here. And he's like, it's not about me, it's about Jhamal. I think that really says a lot about your father, Jhamal. I think he's more focused on you doing well, and you getting, I guess you've never won a crown yet? No. I think he wants that for you. And he's going to work towards that, and your father will never not do his best to get you to that point, and it's good that you recognize that.
Yeah, because there was a point throughout the years in the competition where I was actually discouraged. I had to take a break for like 2 years, and I was in 2017 and 2018, and then recuperate, come back. I came back stronger than ever. But still faltered in 7.
Yes, oh my God, you killed us. You killed us that year.
I came back with a bang. I was basically
That was with which song again?
Don't Look for My Tongue.
To Look for My Tongue, yes. Wait, no, it's there now.
Yes.
I hope I can find that. I actually like that one. Joey just need a quick break. So Joey, you can go ahead, take your quick break while me and Jhamal can continue talking a bit. Let me look for this one. Don't look for my tongue. Let's see. Yes, there it is. Let's take a bit of that one, Jhamal. How about that? What happened, Black Diamond? What happened?
Honestly, I don't know. It was strange to me. Like I sang the first two verses and chorus, and I started singing the second verse again without even knowing. Only time I realized was when I saw a woman hold her head.
You realized something wrong, Papa Bodje.
Then I became like, wait.
What you doing that for? What you do?
Yeah, then I realized, sing the second verse.
So you started singing the second verse again. So you sang first verse, second verse, and then you sang second verse again instead of third verse.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Whole verse, huh?
It was like I was so much into pushing the song.
So what did you do? Did you finish the second verse again and just go to the third verse? Do you remember?
No, I stopped and apologized.
You did.
Yeah.
I remember. You just have to say the things and I'll remember. You did. Is that the year you were in a nice kind of like burgundy reddish suit?
Right.
Oh my gosh, yes, Jhamal. Oh my God, you must have been disappointed.
Very, very much so. Well, I laughed at it backstage.
You laughed at it backstage.
Yeah.
Like, how could that happen?
Yeah, I was like him?
No.
And that was kind of like a pictorial where
Yes. You were good.
Yeah.
You were good. You were good.
I came out first in the eliminations. And I came out first in the quarterfinals as well. And I was just fixated on just pushing that song and coming out on top again.
Hmm.
And it was at a point where a lot of the big guns were actually going through the rounds with me. You know, the Dices, the Clarissas, different guys. So I was looking at that and saying, I have to stay on top.
Of course, of course. Somebody says here, always impressed by Black Diamond songs, articulation and performances. My granny change is certainly in my top 5. Competition is tight this year, but I smell success.
Thank you
So
very much.
after the show, I'll tell you who it is. I'm not sure if they wanted me to. Yes, I would like to hear Black Diamond have flute, steel pan, and acoustic guitar as part of his instruments. I'm not sure. We probably giving a suggestion here for something.
It's a good suggestion.
Yeah, it's a suggestion, something to think about.
Yes.
Yes, in terms of presentation. So Black Diamond, so you went to St. Mary's Academy.
Yes.
And then what happened after that?
I attended the Donegal State College, graduated with an associate degree in economics.
Okay, but you're a fireman, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, tell me how we got into the fireman business.
Okay, it actually happened after Erica. After Erica, I decided, well, my cousin and I decided, we grew up together, and we were like the same age. We decided to bring our services to assist the fire service during after the storm. While I was there, one of the officers told me, you should send in your application and they should be taking people soon. That was in September 2015. Yeah. So I decided the next day when I came to give my voluntary services again, I brought up the application, and after we gave our services, I started working at Clay Harbor.
Okay.
So I was on probation at Clay Harbor when I got the call in February of 2016 telling me to report on Monday to come to training.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that's where you've been still.
Yes.
Yes. You enjoy it?
Yeah, I
You enjoy it. You enjoy it. Do we have plans to go further in terms of, beyond Dominica State College?
Yeah, I do actually.
You do.
I was recently.
And you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your job, Jhamal.
No.
It's tough to work and go to school, but hey, take full advantage of the opportunities that UWI presents.
Yes.
And at some point, get back on that train.
Yes.
It's going to be worth your while. Yeah? Yeah. Yes.
Yes. The song Neighborhood speaks to part of his service it does mention fire service.
Okay, all right. Joy, you see the time? I know you have to go to perform, so I hope they allow you to perform. Once you're done, you can run off to go perform. Joy, a little bit about, so you worked at the bank, you left the bank at some point in time. What did you do? Did you go into Joy business?
Okay, my first stint was at Astafans.
Yeah, okay.
For about 3 years. Then I moved to Barclays Bank. I spent 20 years there. And then I moved.
20 years.
Yes, then I took early retirement and I moved because I wanted to start my own business. But the 8 bank opportunity came along, and because Barclays Bank was a commercial bank, I wanted to get some development banking to make me more rounded. And I did 15 years there. And then 2013 I decided to leave on my own, to be on my own. And I went into real estate brokerage. The second verse of my song this year speaks to a real estate transaction. Well, from there, so I basically do small financial advice, consultancy. In a small way, I've had overseas citizens introduced, but I use voice services. I basically am a facilitator. Right now, I've moved from real estate. I've moved that into supervision of large construction projects
Okay.
for one particular contractor.
Contractor.
So I'm on a project now. I was part of the Layu Resource Center project.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm now on a project with that contractor.
So you're keeping busy still?
Yes,
At
yes,
60,
yes.
63 you
absolutely.
said? 63.
Yes, 63. To be 64.
You
this
still,
year.
to be 64 this year.
Yes.
So you're still keeping pretty busy. I mean, this is good, Joey. And you do not look 63, just so you know. So Jhamal, this is what you're going to look like at 63? Yes.
Yes.
You look forward to looking like that at that
Well,
age,
for
right?
them, my dad is 90 and
He's still alive?
Moses Lawn, yes, very much active, yes. His grandmother, his mother did 101, his aunt did 105, and my mother's uncle did 104. So,
Yeah, excellent.
yeah, they're all from the east, of course, you know.
Jamal, tell me about your little boy.
Oh yes, he's 3 years old.
2?
3.
3, okay.
Currently at preschool.
Mm-hmm. What is fatherhood like?
Different. It's different. But I think it's worth it. You know, just seeing him happy every day, especially when he sees me. I think that's one of the best moments you're gonna have in life. To tell the truth. In fact, one of the reasons I came here a bit late, and I apologize for the tardiness.
Yes, understood.
Was because I have to take care of something for him.
Okay.
So,
And he comes first.
okay.
Everything else after. Yes. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And in that arrangement, I'm not grandpa and pops.
Your pops.
I'm not going to be grandpa.
No, you want nobody calling you grandpa. You Paese. I love it. Guys, it's 4 minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock. I do not want to keep you all here much longer. So I'm just going to give you an opportunity. Jhamal, where do we go from here? What are we hoping for at Saturday's grand finals?
I like to be humble, but looking for the crown.
Of course, of course.
It's 11 years of working hard, staying consistent. I think and especially growing into the business of Calypso, I think I've reached a level where I should be able to be in contention. I will say, some people may not agree, I will say that I may have been in contention in my younger days as well, and maybe not being treated as I wanted to in terms of judging, etc. I won't get into that. But I think the wise thing was taking a break, going over things, looking at things I could improve myself, and coming back grown and bigger and better.
Yeah.
For then, well, let's see, we start with Jerry. Has been to the finals a number of times. I have been 3 times. I think Diamond's been about 5 times. Stingray has been once. We've never placed. We've had places, but we've never placed.
And there were times,
This is our
there were opportunities you could have, right?
Oh,
The 2 times you messed up, you were powerful, you know. So, Jhamal, the head has to be on.
Yeah.
You have to be focused, and the memory has to be there, and just come and do what you do best.
Yeah.
Perform, enjoy yourself, have fun, and remember your song.
Oh, he's gonna do that because he's been in a place, another place.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
So you think
We've all
this is
been
the
there,
year?
yeah. This is our year.
This is the year.
And I think we're really gonna bring it. It's a team.
It's a team.
And we're gonna bring it. Jhamal is gonna bring it. I have every confidence in him that he's gonna deliver
He's gonna do
on Saturday night.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be one of the persons cheering you on. You know, I mean, I did judges coordinating for 13 years. So I mean, I've sat at eliminations, quarters, semis. So I remember things. Sometimes you probably just have to nudge my memory a bit, but I remember things. And I remember you, Jhamal. You were very impressionable. You were very impactful, and I think you continued. When you come on, I think people look forward to what you're going to bring. So bring it on Saturday. I wish you well. I wish you success.
I do hope that you can end up in the top 4. It's the top 4 that counts, and the winning position that counts. There's some good competition out there this year. I'm hearing some good second songs as well, including yours. So it's going to be a little tight competition, but I wish you all the success on Saturday night. Your final comments.
Yes,
Urge your fans to come out and all of that good stuff.
Yes, I just want to urge the fans to come out in large numbers at the Grand Calypso Finals on 18th of February, that's Saturday. We currently have the early bird ticket special still available at $85. It runs until tomorrow, so tomorrow will be the last chance to get your early bird tickets at $85, and then it will be at $100. We expect a bumper crowd.
Yes.
For the love of Calypso. Thank you to all my fans, my family, for always supporting me over the years. I think it's grown me into the person that I am today, and I'll continue to do well by you all. One more.
Joey?
Okay, I just want to urge everyone to come out and support the Black Diamond. And of course, we extending a hand to all the fans of the other Calypsonians to come and support Black Diamond. Saturday night. Just basically, all Calypso fans come out and, be part of the event, support the event. The association needs your patronage so that we can continue to grow Calypso in Dominica, and to let to all the other Calypsonians, all the best on the night, okay? And everybody's going to be here. First, I know one last thing. I remember I took a pic out of you once. The year after clinic. Remember that song with Grace Mercy and Peace? Tell President's right, Fox, Gentleman's style.
And there was a line about me?
And it's really good. Coordinator. When I was pissed off that I didn't get through, instead of them cutting my neck just so they can stop me from singing like Calypso. I think there was one year when they called you on stage, you looked at me and said, yes, the so-and-so coordinator. Yeah, that was in 2011, 2010.
I just started.
Yes, I just started. I said, okay, they didn't let me through. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I enjoy Calypso, because it's done in good spirit.
Yes, of course.
It's done in good spirit. I say I had to bring that up. Okay. One love.
Oh my goodness.
Remember that?